huge day for her if she were to beat the likes of Lydia Ko, who's got to be the favourite, you would say.
There is Lydia, driver in hand. 361 yards this 6th hole, up the hill, but the tee has been pushed forward, and more importantly, not into the wind anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at the course setup. The tee pushed up here at 6. They kept the tee up at 12. Today, Sophie, we saw that eagle putt from Leanne Pace at 9. A lot of eagle on offer.
26, which puts it in the middle 9. I like that, and with that shape of shot, you know, the lie's not going to have much of an impact on it.
Okay. Do I land on the pin?
Yes. 100%.
Straight
in.
Straight into?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry, no. I did say. Start again. Straight into it.
Pin is back on 6, 32 paces on. She's so good at working out her numbers, knows exactly how far she hits it, Ko. Where's she going to land that? Trying to hit that downslope, and she does. Getting better and better.
I picked up the put it the bag.
Yeah, that's okay, but when my putting's not quite working, like you said, Richard, very strange for Ashok.
And you can see how the greens are speeding up day by day. Lydia Ko here trying to reduce the gap back to 1, as it was overnight. Never in doubt.
New partnership, Dave Jones and Lydia Ko to this season, and that's good caddying. He's asking her what you're going to do, not telling her you need to hit it there. So clarity for Ko, just a fairway wood, bunker on the left-hand side at 228 yards off the tee.
Sends that drive straight down the fairway, grips down the club a bit and has that customary Ko waggle, but it's the swing that keeps on repeating itself and putting her in excellent positions around the golf course. So she fell asleep last night watching Ian Poulter in full swing. I don't know if it was Ian Poulter that sent her off to sleep. There's work to do for the American, leads by 1 over this player.
When the pin is in the high point, that is the firmest part of the green. We can see the slight downslope between flag and bunker. Players can't. So right of it is good here for Ko.
Well, that should just hang on to the back edge. Only just, though.
Just shows the importance, I suppose, of Pedersen having more clubs.
Who's going to win the World Cup? And if he's in France, he'll say France. If he's in Germany, he'll say Germany. Obviously, in his homeland, he'd say Brazil. Now, Ko, this to tie the lead. Remember, Vu's got work for par.
Well, this is where she got going yesterday, wasn't it? She mentioned that she'd only made a few pars and everyone else was making birdies.
$1,000 to the winner.
Miscue by Pedersen. There is plenty of room on this back left-hand side of the 8th. See if Ko can find it. 150 yards, wind slightly into from the left-hand side.
that sound. She'll love where that's finished as well. Another birdie opportunity awaiting the world number one.
No. I didn't know it died. I just know they're praying for me.
Kind of too early, and there's too many other players in contention, Ashok and Thompson, but a little mini match play situation here. Ko putting first for birdie. Voo's from half the distance coming in a moment.
And this putter has behaved very well for Ko throughout the week. She's held plenty of putts from this distance, and now to draw level momentarily with Voo, who's in closer. To be.
Well, she won by 5 shots when she won here last time she teed it up around this golf course. Georgia Hall won by 5 shots as well when she won last year's Aramco Saudi Ladies International. I get the feeling it's going to be a little bit closer.
The line in play the opening 3 rounds, but certainly is today.
Not the longest player on tour, Lydia. 90th last year on the LPGA driving distance stats at 255. But it's the rest of her game that is magical. Now, drives are still solid, still good in play. It's long enough to inflict a lot of damage on a golf course. She is the world.
The slope a touch.
Ko needs a good one now, but that's tailing off left. That's gonna, oh, it doesn't catch the bunker, but you know what, it's gonna be quite an awkward shot for Lydia Ko. She's gonna have to chip it, but it's where she's gonna land that ball, because you can see that speed bump, as Sophie mentioned a moment ago. It's right between her and the hole, and it's quick, that green. Oh, so
Never mind,
entertaining.
Charlie. Never mind. Now, here we go. Lydia Ko.
It's going low. Bump and run for Ko. There's nowhere to land it. I think that was the issue. So just played the entire slope.
How good was that?
At the top.
Kind of back in that mini match play situation. And once again, it's Lydia Ko with a possibility here of tying Lilia Vu up at the top.
She's left herself a simple birdie putt here. She's up the hill, right to left. I say that quite a lot from this distance. She's managed to leave herself that favourite putt for a right-hander.
Well, there's a surprise. Only out in 1 under par, which given the breezeless conditions is not really where she expects.
Easier said than done. Try to keep the nerves in check, because she will be feeling it for sure.
Ko's been down the left-hand side on 10 most days this week. Struggle to hit this fairway. Very straight par 4.
One thing I would say about Lydia Vu as co-strikes it is that I think it helped that yesterday she played with Lydia Ko and outscored her by a shot. She's had that feeling of the final group around this golf course in the presence of the world #1, who she also played with during the final group in the 3rd round of the Trust Golf Women's Scottish Open last year. So it's not like she's...
Side to Lexi this week, that is for sure. Heart of the fairway for Ko, 100 yards to the front, 13 on pin. She likes this one. See the eyes just looking it up and down. So the back 9, Ko's come good. Vu has found the bunker right.
Yeah, 2 shots to lead. Possibility of a 2-shot swing.
Just, it looks crusty.
Burned quick with that one, didn't it?
New man on the bag, well, newish, because David Jones and Lydia Ko did partner up once before. It was the comeback win for Lydia Ko at the Lotte. She's let Lydia Vu off the hook a couple of times over the last few holes, surely this time.
Never in doubt. Oh, the cream is starting to rise to the top. She moves to 19 under. Lydia Vu is going to drop 1. She'll come back to 19 under par. But Lydia Ko, what she does so well, not doing so much aim point with her hands, but just feeling the slope of the green with her feet at the top could very quickly change with Lydia Vu in close after an exceptional tee shot at this short par 3. There's Lydia feeling the slope once again with her feet. You're going to try it at home? Something you do, Sophie?
Well, there's 2 current world #1s in the men and the women's game. Both of them do that, so I'd suggest maybe you should.
Well, it's definitely worth trying at home.
Well, Lydia Ko knows Lydia Vu has got a wonderful opportunity to come. She just caught the American. New caddy. David Jones watching on.
Those players seem to have overread this one down the right-hand side. It does break from right to left.
Opened up with a 64 this week, Lydia Ko. She's 42 under par for her 7.5 rounds around Royal Greens. Not bad going, is it?
It's just staggering, isn't it, what she's achieved in golf. Well, I asked her yesterday if she remembered how many tournaments she won. She didn't know. Had to remind her it's 25 in total.
Yeah, I think for players like Lydia Ko, I think she's, you know, some of them just look back at the end and see what they've achieved. At the moment, it's... Well, beautifully done by Lydia Ko.
Well, we see her lift another major trophy. And here's her nearest challenger.
156 yards, only 4 from the left-hand side, though, this flag. Pin high right is good for Ko. Plays half a club up the hill.
That's pin high. Not as close as she would like. It's a difficult check. But Ko has so many fond memories of this golf course. Has won around here. That winning feeling, especially when you're a player like her, you want more of it. She's very comfortable being at the top of the leaderboard. This is, in some ways, no stress for Lydia Ko. She can hit cruise control. 25 times she has won in her career, 19 of those on the LPGA Tour. Now this, to join the lead on 20 under par, but it's not going to be easy. There's movement in this putt.
Difficult to negotiate those significant slopes when for the past 11 holes you haven't really had them to get the line and the pace. We haven't really needed to worry about pace today as the greens are running so fast at 11.5 on the stimp. As I keep saying, par on 12, that's okay. Second hardest hole on the golf course.
And here we are on the par 5, 13th. Lydia Ko to go first.
Just under 500 yards, this 13th hole, bunker on the left-hand side, 278. Water all the way down the right.
A little look at that. It's like breeze into on this hole, so it's not going to be for Ko to get home in two, especially when you've got that back pin. Big advantage for the long hitters this hole, so certainly it's a big advantage.
Well, she's the world #1 and the world's best. Normally strike at the moments that matter. It really does here for Lydia Ko. Quick putt. Just needs tickling down the slope. She played it her way, and it proved to be a birdie. Lydia Ko back into a share of the lead.
I mentioned that nobody had read that putt well, but this player ranks #1 on the LPGA Tour in putting. Negotiated the 13th green better than anybody and gets herself to 20 under par.
Wow, that is brutal for Pedersen.
I'm not sure how Lydia Ko got here, but a massive break. Less than 100 yards to the front of the green. 125 to the flag. A terrible angle, though. Hitting across that green, only had about 8 yards to land it into. It's a lot better spot than being in a bunker, though.
Difficult target today. It's a difficult.
It is obviously the drop shot on 16. She needs those 3 birdies once again.
Fantastic from Aditi Ashok. Expectations when Lydia Ko is around the greens like this is that she's going to get up and down. More often than not, she does.
There's a slope halfway that takes this ball downhill towards the hole.
It's a little heavy-handed. Well, well, well. Classic, lost out there. Finished third behind Lydia Ko as well at the BMW Championship in Korea, right near the end of the season.
This par putt to stay tied with Vu at the top. She's only made one bogey today. She would have seen the ball roll past. Huge save.
Crucial. What a save that was in the end for Lydia Ko. Keeps her alongside Lilia Vu.
Every time I see her put from right to left, Lydia Ko holds it.
The 2023, no signs of letting up.
You don't get tired, Richard, when you're playing that well. Onto the 15th tee, Lydia Ko with the driver. A dog leg from right to left, a wide fairway here for Lydia to hit. Left half does shorten this hole. The crane is a good line.
Smoked that one. Looking for her first win as Mrs. Chung. The newly married Lydia Ko.
Patty T went to UCLA together, and it just wasn't quite like that. She said, I felt quite lonely and isolated out there, and it really knocked her confidence.
And it even happens to the best. A couple of years ago, Lydia Ko was outside the top 50 in the world.
It is, but it, you know, you're scripture. And you're bam on the same page as you're perfect. Just have it coming in a little bit left of the green work for you.
170 yards here for Ko, 5 iron. Flag 33 on, only 6 from the back edge.
No.
You feel she had to get to 20 under par. 3 players out on the course already on that mark.
That would have been the first eagle of the day on 18, and
it
the
would have been,
timing of it.
I was going to say, it would have been the first round ever of 62 in the women's event of these Aramco Saudi Ladies Internationals as well.
And just keep an eye here on Ko's grip. Conventional right below left because it's outside that 10 feet mark, back down the hill to take the lead.
Whisker away from Lydia Ko. It remains locked at the top. S9 electric car. No one's had a hole-in-one here throughout either the men's or women's Saudi internationals.
7 iron here for Ko, 161. Marginally missing that slope that would work its way back to the hole. This one, once again, I mentioned it being in a bowl, this 16th pin. She's at the top of that, so it's very quick down this slope. See the shine coming on these greens, rolling at 11.5 on the stim, but by the coast, the wind and the sunshine drying them out.
Well, we wondered, didn't we, at the start of the day? Lydia Vu with the one-shot lead. The last two editions of this tournament have been runaway winners. Both Georgia Hall last year and Lydia Ko the year before, won by 5. Would we get to see the drama going down 18? A fantastic golf hole. Well, the answer is yes, we will.
Gap wedge here for Ko. She can float one. Try and stop it around that front flag.
Well, some might be surprised. Lydia Ko, new man on the bag this year, given how well she played with those 3 wins too late on at the end of 2022. But she is
Off the knuckle next to the bunker, so that will send it from left to right, and it should be right to left down the slope.
It's what world #1s do. And Lydia Ko, just like that, on her own, with 1 hole left to play.
Almost expected that one. Makes it look so easy, stress-free. 21 under par. It's in play for Ko. She'll need to take it left of that. 300 yards to the water. That shouldn't be in play for her. The bunker's more on her mind. Take it to the left half of the clubhouse.
Oh my. Well, that's the last thing you expected from the world #1.
Toe hook down the left. There's a penalty area there. It is a dry penalty area, but plenty of rocks.
Needs a break. It may have got caught up in the long grass.
Doesn't think it's enough, does she? Ko's got lucky. She's not in the penalty area, but she is miles back. Let's take another look here.
It was so bad it didn't even make the penalty area.
Well, she's teed it down, looking to try and maybe just play one low from left to right, and has towed it.
Even if you stay back, you actually create a better angle. You get further up, down. You end up, if you get up in here, you end up coming across the corner. That's perfect. So what we're trying to do, add 40 onto here. And then all of a sudden you've 215 to here. Which is all we want.
That white.
Which is, yeah, and you've actually got a little bit of room to the right of it if you want. So we're really only looking to pitch this. We're looking to pitch it about 200. That wind is off the right a little bit because of the shape we're playing.
Fairway wood over the bunkers down the right-hand side.
There you go.
That's well played. That tee shot might unnerve some, but she's hit a solid one there.
All is well once again in the life of Lydia Ko after that duck hook off the tee.
It came as a...
Down to 95. 88 and 90. 88, you feel that gust in your back. And you can go through that.
Permission to go straight at it. Gap wedge for Lydia Ko. Turned it over, went a few yards longer, and thankfully it stuck.
Well, I asked you a question about half an hour or so ago. Does Lydia Ko get nervous? I think we're seeing a few nerves here. We're certainly creeping into a game.
And the champion of the
A bit of tension at least.
Only human. You're going to feel them at some point. It's the players that maybe feel them later or deal with them better.
And Saudi Ladies Team International in 2020. From Denmark, please welcome Emily Christine.
Potential Solheim Cup teammates have seen plenty from her today and towards the end of last season, which will give them every encouragement as they try and wrestle back the Solheim Cup. 2 putts for victory here for Lydia Ko.
There onward. Not much. There. Exactly where I have it. It's just inside this white piece of fluff. Sort of just on the inner side of that as a target.
Got to take yourself away from the situation, what could possibly happen in the next 10 minutes. Dave Jones given the line to the left-hand side. Ball marker, just keep it left of that one.
So close to completing the job in style. Enough to make her think there. Enough left in that. But this for victory once again for Lydia Ko.
Inside the hole from right to left, just see that grain. Wait for the ball to drop before looking.
It's her first win in her first start as a married lady. It's the Lydia Ko show once again in Saudi. A third win in just 4 starts as well. She played like the world #1 that she is and timed her run to perfection here to win the Aramco Saudi Ladies International.
2 for 2 for caddy Dave Jones. Nasser coming out to congratulate Lydia Ko. It's a different year, but it's the same result. The composure, so effortless from Ko.
Stay here, we're going to have a quick chat.
Best player in the world right now.
Can you clean it up? Lydia, don't get rid of that putter. That was absolutely brilliant. How does it feel to win the Aramco Saudi Ladies International, not just once, but twice?
I'm 2 for 2 on this golf course, so clearly something's going for me. You know, this is a golf course where in the last few days, and when I played in 2021, there were a few players that went from back that would shoot low scores. So I just wanted to focus on my game. I don't think I was setting myself up for a lot of birdie opportunities on the front 9, but I knew that every hole could be a birdie opportunity, so it was that kind of mindset, and I wanted to be aggressive. And 18 was a lot uglier than I would have liked to have pictured it up, but in the end, it's definitely nice to be the win, get the win this week.
Yeah. Well, you were brilliant. How good was your putting down the stretch? You hold some brilliant putts on 14 and also on 17 to take the outright lead. Were you aware of the situation and you had that putt for the lead to outduel Lydia Vu?
Yeah, the scoreboard was right behind the green, so it was really hard to miss. And I was more curious coming down the last because this could be eagleable like Lydia did yesterday, and so did M. But with this pin position, I knew it would be tricky, but I just wanted to hit a couple of good shots. But I had a really good second shot to set myself up for, a wedge coming in. But yeah, a little bit more stressful than I would have liked, but it doesn't matter how you get it done. And like they say, there's no pictures on scorecards.
There's certainly not. And your putter was so good this week. Life is great. You're a married woman. You're the world #1, and you've got a win already in 2023. You've got to pinch yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I've just been very grateful. A lot of great things happening, especially in the last few months, again and again. And you don't know if this is real or not, but I've just been trying to enjoy being out on the golf course. I'm playing with the world's best. The field this week was really good, so I knew it was going to be a challenge. And the first one of the year, it's really hard because you don't have anything to base yourself off. You don't know if you're going to play well or bad, but the start definitely helped, and I think I stayed really patient, and I was not as nervous as I thought I would be, which is definitely good.
Yeah, well, patience paid off. You are the champion. Go and sign your scorecard. We're going to see you with the trophy very shortly, but congratulations, Lydia Ko, our champion in 2023.
Thank you.
Kate Burton there with the questions.
Amazing.
And yeah, you wondered how she might fare being the first start of the year just after getting married. It does help though when you play 8 rounds of golf on your honeymoon.
And it certainly helps with the way she finished last season. She was incredible over on the LPGA, the golf course that she's won on before. Her expectations reasonably low. The fact that she didn't feel nervous, that's worrying, because if you can play golf without the nerves and you can just treat it like an ordinary day. And the big thing, she's desperate to get into that Hall of Fame. She needs 2 more points, which is a major championship. And that will be her focus for this year. We've spoken how she's only got 2. This player deserves so much more. It's been a credit to the women's game.
Yeah, 2016, the last and second of her major titles, 25 years of age. Says she's going to retire at the age of 30. That's a 26th professional title for her 7th on the Ladies European Tour. Some of the fans from New Zealand getting their flags autographed.
Well, welcome to the prize presentation for the Aramco Saudi Ladies International. And what a final round we have witnessed. I am delighted to welcome our dignitaries to the 18th. Noah Ali Reza, the CEO of Golf Saudi, joins us. We are extremely pleased to have Abdulaziz Al Shalfan from Aramco and Khalid Al Muhim from Aramco. And of course, our champion in 2023, a 2-time winner of this magnificent championship. It's Lydia Ko. And if I can please ask Khalid Al Muhim from Aramco to present the enormous and majestic trophy to our winner. It's Lydia Ko, our champion, the Aramco Saudi Ladies International for 2023.
Well, it's a nice habit to keep having, isn't it, Lydia Ko? Once again, with the winning feeling.
Thank you for taking most of the weight. I think I just put my hand on you.